Hi, Insighttimer. Hello, good morning. Let me know where you're joining from. Good morning, Helen. Hi, Eric. Wisconsin. I'm here from Seattle. Hey, Pauline. From Holland. Lovely. Hope you guys are having a nice sunny day. Here it's wet, rainy. Did you feel the full moon energies? Did you guys get to watch the lunar eclipse? Oh, wow. That's beautiful, Jessica. No, too cloudy even here. My daughter was awake a couple of times in the middle of the night and she was trying to get a glimpse. No, it's all cloudy. Over the river, I just love that. In one of the other talks, I was saying about like how the full moon reflects into the sea. That used to be my favorite part every couple of weeks, going over to the beach just for that view. Oh, that's great. I love to see them. Photograph is so healing for me. So it was so beautiful. Huh. Hey, Nico, welcome. Good to see you here. Hey, Lorette, welcome. Good to see some familiar faces or in the hi chats. Yeah, great to connect with you all. Yeah, I'm still recovering from the full moon energies. It's been, I think, third night. Yeah, which is amazing though. I haven't seen the full moon yet, but getting to see from the friends' pictures from the Instagram and all is so healing, so bright, and so intense as well, the energies. So hopefully you all are taking some self-care time and taking it easy rather than putting pressure on you. At least we are all in this together. As a soul tribe, we do understand each other, what this is all about. So which is interesting. Can't seem to connect to Akashic realm. I set out my crystals. Yeah, I used to do that. And now I stopped doing crystals out for the full moon. I set an intention or use Reiki. I'm finding it so sometimes it's just challenging, bringing all my huge crystals out and or into the windowsill. Some of them are there, yeah. The intention is what I'm using mostly. Lorette, sometimes that does happen. Connecting to Akashic realm could be a little harder because think about like we have to raise our vibrations, go into that beautiful realm. And there could be some hurdles along the way, like trusting ourselves or setting the intentions, or in case something has happened in the past life, we were not respecting the records. So some people do have difficulties, but praying and setting an intention does help it to get into the records. And sometimes we may be in the records, but our ego mind might be saying that we are not in the records. Yeah. You have a tiny collection, Nicole. Yeah. Is it true that the blood moon takes our energy levels away? I'm not sure about that, Morgan, if the blood moon takes our energy levels away, but definitely the full moon, because it's high intensity, the gravity of the full moon pulls our energies. So that's the reason we feel tired and sluggish or like not getting any sleep at all. but also it's about releasing and letting go and coming back to ourselves, like, extra layers are being shredding off. And so this is how we should be seeing for the full moon. It's all about like, hey, anything that I don't need to, let me release it. Sometimes you do know what you want to release. It could be kind of irritation towards a situation or a person, or from something from the past that would have come up that you're ready to release. So setting that way is much easier here. At least what is Akashic Realm? I'll start about in a couple of minutes about it. All I saw was puddles at first and have gotten a little further, but no complete picture yet. Keep trying. Do try one of my meditations. I have a couple of them on my profile, guided meditations. Do try and see if they work out, because they are helping you to be grounded, protected, and getting you into the realm. But let's see as well, like today, what happens. And so today I'm going to talk about Akashic Records, so what they are, and how we can find our purpose through it, and guide you into the records as well gently. So see what comes out. And sometimes the dreams, some of my students may not be getting right when we are doing one-to-one readings, but they will be channeling later on through actually real life situations, or through their dreams as well, or they read a book and then it just that memory slaps in, says, this is what I felt in. But right now in this conscious mind, they may not be able to make that sense. Yeah. But saying Akashic Records, we all have the access to. It's our own records, like it's yours. And that is where it makes it so easy to access them. Hi, Nadia, namaste. So, Akashic Records is a vibrational energy. Many people call it as a reservoir, book of life, book of our whole soul information being there since the time we are here on Earth, or where we come from, different planets as well. It has all those details, but it's not a physical place, as we say, repository or library. It's just, I think, more the terms that we make. Or that we can communicate on that makes sense is the words that we use in. So think about, these are in, like, physically, think about they are on Mount Everest. So you're making an effort to climb the Mount Everest. So there is a bit of preparation required for it, but it is doable. Not like Mount Everest, literally, where only some people can do it. We all can access it because it is your archival information about that has happened, everything, even every thought, even me talking right now, it's already been there. Also your future as well, not only your current, past, but also the future. Now, it's not like a fortune telling, like someone comes in and says, hey, will I meet my soulmate? When will I meet the person? Will I have my dream home? Definitely, I'll say, like, that's not the place, and not to come to me as well, to my clients. Like, if those are your questions, maybe I'm not the right person. For me, it is about, like, I'm having a difficulty with this, say, for example, my boyfriend, and I don't know how to come out of the relationship. In an abusive relationship, I feel stuck and there is no guidance. I can come out of it. And then, even in the past, this is what has happened. I always feel I'm attracted to these kind of men in my life, and I don't know what the solution is. And that kind of a question, the solution comes in from the records, because it's not about knowing what's happening, which we all know, of course, when we look into your life, but where is it coming from and how we can detangle from the past is the most important thing. And here, the life experiences that we have, the painful ones, are not only created in this lifetime, but they are created in the past as well. Some unfinished stories or unfinished lessons, we make a new contract and bring them here to learn those lessons. And with that, when we bring them here, we are finding it difficult to deal with, or find it, the veil has been lifted, and trying, oh, where is this connection coming from? Like, why am I going through this? this painful event or something. So generally, this is where the masters and the teachers in the records will give us a guidance. Hey, this is where it originated, and this is the contract you both have made in. And now it's up to you. The choice is up to you both, how you want to go further, like, and with that information itself, the client feels generally uplifted and more of like, okay, I can change it. Wow, this is great. Like, and then they slowly go forward. It's like a shift happens, a healing comes in, because the information is coming from a very high dimension. Like, we are 3D, multi-dimensional, we are on 3D or 4D or 5D, but sometimes this information in the 5th or the 11th dimension, when it comes in, it's like you feel so uplifted and you can make that change. And when you go back into your relationship, you might have a courage to speak about it to your partner, or even the partner might decide, okay, this is enough, like I can't deal with this, and they might walk out of the relationship or say, this is it, like, so this is where the miracles happen. But knowing where it is coming from and how we can work with it is the most important thing. Generally, a lot of people do say, like, we come with the problems or the questions, and Akashic Records gives us the answers or the solution, which is amazing, isn't it? Until I realized this portal of information can be accessed to any of us. I used to have a lot of questions. Why did I pick this family? Or why did I not become a doctor as I always wanted to dream about when I was a young child? Or why did I move to Ireland not knowing anyone at age of 20? So there are many things that I was always questioning. Why is life happening this way? What is my purpose in it? And when I went into the records, it was giving me all that contract that I made to be who I am today. And that made me forgive myself and forgive my past as well, and bring myself as a full together. I don't say that, hey, am I healed completely? No, some situations I'm not even ever, but right now I feel I'm healed. But tomorrow something else might trigger up, and that's where I have another sync with my records and see where is it coming from and try to work on it. But now I get like a bird's eye view of the information. That is the most important thing. Yeah, the bird's eye view is where you get a full glimpse of what's happening around you, and you get to see the life from different angles. So think about, you're on the ground floor, and every floor you go on in, like Empire State Building or some building with 100 floors, every time you go onto different sections of the building, your view is changing. You get to see different part of the cities in different ways, right? I remember when I went onto the Eiffel Tower, like what we saw on bottom and to what we saw on the top. So different and so beautiful. You got to see the parks, other monumental places and everything, right? The view is massive, and kind of you get a geographical location where you are and where everything else is, how it's all related and mapped as well, and sense of direction and everything. The same happens in the records as well. And isn't it that's the best thing we get? And it's such a relief as well to understand our soul, our life in that deep angle, so we can be back to ourselves, living our life fully, enjoying it and making the most out of it. Yeah, until then I was thinking, like, is this it life? Like, before I was even awakened to any spiritual thing, I'm a mother, I have children, I'm a wife, okay, I'm happy, but there is something was missing. Like, did you guys ever feel that? Like something was empty, or do you even feel it now? Like, something bigger you meant to do, but like, why are we all here? There is something unique thing about us. Like, I always believed in we are all unique and something we are here to contribute, like, and not to just live our purpose. And when I say we are here to contribute, it need not be like a Mother Teresa. It need not be becoming an activist, or it need not becoming a nurse all the time, like, for everyone. It could be as simple as being a kind person in your community, in your family, or just being happy for yourself. Like, you don't need to change anything for anyone. As long as you're happy, that changes everyone's perspective to look around you as well. And isn't it the most beautiful gift that you give to yourself? When I say happy, it need not be like being positive all the time that you need to forget everything, like, no, but it's seeing we can move things, that we can change things. And that is where the joyful or the happy things come up. Yeah. So that is something that you need to be watching out for. Is it all making sense? So with that, yes, it's the constant feeling. I was the wind or a bird once in a drumming session. Yeah, I've seen glimpses of past life, but definitely want to learn more. Amazing. Like to go back. All right, yeah. So that is where we are with the Akashic Records, how we can use it. And now, like, how we can get the information through meditation, as Nicole mentioned there, shamanic drumming is another way. It's deep, powerful, and also through a prayer, which I access mostly, like through the prayers. And for me, prayer is kind of clears up my energy from this dimension and helps me to raise my vibration to go into that portal of information that I can download or see the information. And meditations, it does help, but if I'm too clogged in my head, too busy, or in the problem, I'm really finding hard to find the solution, I use the prayer definitely, because that clears up to allow us to go deep. All you need is like a prayer and also your full name at the birth time that was given to you. So that way it helps you to go back into your profile, let's say, and get that information. And everything is at your soul level, like, and everything is a destiny. That's interesting. Yesterday one of my clients was talking like, hey, is everything destiny? Can we change it, or is that fixed? It is kind of fixed, but also it's kind of changeable as well as we change. Say for example, I might say I want to be a accountant today, and I'll ask in the guidance, like, what do I need to do, become an accountant right today? And it might say like, hey, this is what you need to do, and this is what you were in your one of your past lifetimes, so you're good at it. But after 5 years, I'm saying like, this is enough of it. Numbers are not my thing. I want to be an artist, like, So we do change. And this is where the information does change as well, like, as we change our vibrations. Definitely even the simple things like, the clothes you wore like 5 years ago, you don't like them anymore, or the food that you liked at one time, you don't like it anymore. We are constantly learning, changing, and shifting our energies. So do watch that, about your own self as well. And people come back after a couple of years and say, hey, you meant to say this, but I didn't become so and so, like, where is it with, say, like one of the person, when I did a reading to her a couple of years ago, she was in a computer job, and her life purpose was meant to be as a coach, to work with people, like to inspire people. When I said to her, like, I don't see that, that's not me, I stammer, I can't talk to people at all. But that's what the records are saying. This is your purpose, this is where it is, this is the contract you made in. And let's see, keep it at the back of your mind. You don't need to stress about it because you don't see it right now, but plant that idea in your mind and see if things come up. Like, the best thing about is in the records, they give us glimpses of what our future holds. So we are getting prepared for it. So it's not a shock to us, like, or a surprise to us. Yeah. And with that, after a couple of years, she contacted me and wanted to get a reading. And when I'm done with the reading, I don't remember what I channeled at all. So she mentioned, this is what I said. And I said, like, where are you with it then? Like, what are you in today? Like, and she said, like, I've been laid off in past 3 years, 4 times. And now I have some funds from my redundancy package and I'm taking up a counseling course. Wow. and what inspired you to do that. There was an event in their family that happened and brought her into a traumatic situation, and that kicked her into this new path. And she wanted to see, is this it, like, what she is doing and wanting to work with kids, is that her purpose right now, rechecking on it. So this is how it changes. Like, it might take 3 years, it might take a couple of months, but you feel good when you know what you're meant to be doing. It's just that pure satisfaction you get in when you realize this is it, what I meant to do, and you give your 100% towards it. Yeah. Some people, it could be their day jobs, what they're already doing it. Like, it could be a homemaker, it could be a mother, it could be an artist, it can be anything you might be already doing. When I have looked into all the life purposes, like many of us have this common question. When I looked at it, I always ask the client, do you already know what your life purpose is? Don't tell me, but do you already know? They always say, yes, kind of, sort of, because we are trying to make sense to ourselves, or impress ourselves, or convince ourselves about, like, is this it? Am I crazy? Do people think I'm crazy? So when I open the records and read what it is and say them, that totally makes sense. This is why, I always was inspired. Even as a child, I wanted to do something. Like, ask those firemen, they just knew it. Even as a young child, what they wanted to become. Yeah. I recently met one of the pilots who does this power planes. To fly, and he said, as a child, I always loved to do it. My dad didn't have enough money to sort of get me into the school and everything, but I always loved watching, and he used to take me to the place where I can see the planes and everything. And now he works with it. He builds his own power plane, and he teaches young children how to fly as well. Isn't it? I said, like, oh my God, it's rare, but you have always knew, and you're working, and you're passionate about the same things, and you're here, living your life to the fullest. And that's what he said. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so happy my parents let me do what I wanted to, even when they couldn't afford. So there are some percentage of people who are exactly doing it and realized it as well, that is their purpose as well. Like, yeah. So coming back into the life purpose, just for a moment, think about, what were you always interested when you were a child that you never stopped talking about it? With no filters, no one coming into your mind, no one judging you. Just think, what did you want to become always? It could be crazy, it could be fun. It's not about money making, it's not about earning to the highest 6-digit number or 7-digit number, whatever that is. It's about, what did you really, because as a 3-year-old, you don't know what earning is, what is the monetary value. You dreamt, you saw yourself as what you wanted to, and you saw the fun side of it. Maybe the words were not completely there, but there was an intention towards it. Any memories coming back? Just going to check the comments in the meantime. For me, I always wanted to become a doctor. I always remember it. But in my high school, when I didn't score enough to get a seat into the medical university, that's where I realized, like, oh, now I don't know what I'm going to do with my life, because that's all I thought about it, and nothing else will make sense. So my parents fixed me. Art was my other thing, but of course, like, any kind of like 80s kid, like, there is no money for art, so don't choose that and choose computers, is what I was told. Like, in India, generally, doctor or engineer is the only two qualified professions growing up there. But so I took computers, and I don't regret about it, because I got to work in corporate companies for 15 years. It did a good service, like, got me the money, got me to the places, and I learned a lot about, like, the whole system as well. So I'm grateful for that. But there was always that kind of a vacuum feel. And 12 years ago when I got into Reiki and started working with people, and when they started telling they're feeling good, or I can make a connection between like the mind and the body and where the issues are, how they can release it, and when the pains were going off, like, it was just amazing. And when I opened the records, this was it. Doctor was the word that I grew up knowing, but it was a service. It was the healing. It was the connecting to the people. These are the things that I was always wanted to do it, and I'm doing it, and that is my purpose, living by it, like, so this is the reason I'm telling you this, is like the words that you dreamt about when you were a child may not be 100% the full word, because our vocabulary or the words that we were used around might only be telling that limited one. So don't be stuck to it, and just open that up. Holding that thought, that's the most important thing. Helping others. I am doing childcare for 25 years. Be with children. I was the oldest of 6 children and oldest of, oh my God, 100 children. Don't know what my purpose is, Manny. That's okay. We'll go into the meditation. I ended up doing childcare for 25 years. Oh my God, Laura, that's amazing. As a child, I was never passionate about anything in particular. Okay, maybe sometimes what happens, Chris, is the memory might be lost because things may not have happened as per we wanted. So we would have, like, unknowingly close those passionate memories, or like what we were interested in. Some parts of my childhood life I have forgotten until some event comes in, I tap into it. Just being outside, helping others, didn't stick to any extracurricular. Was just a very good student. I heard some people can lose their inner child at 15 months, or even at the womb level itself, right at the moment the child is born, depending on the situation, like, they can lose their inner child connection at all, like, in connection to the human world as well. Couple of situations to give an example is like, a child is born, immediately rushed to ICU, didn't get to meet the mother, whom they have spent the 9 months in, or 7 months in if it's a premature. It takes a time to build that connection back, and depends on where the mother is with her own postnatal depression, in case she is going through. So when they're not latched on to skin is only right now, like last couple of years, they're talking more about it, but before that they weren't even given, and immediately they were given the bottle feed, so there was no connection, and the child would have lost the connection there itself. Like, I love to hold the sweet babies, and think about those babies that are adopted, and we never know who their real connection as well, and they grow up with that vacuum as well. No matter how good the new parents are, there's still always that womb healing that goes in. So it's deep as well, like why we chose such contracts, like, not to have a relation, but we are here through that womb for 9 months and be on the earth and not have any connection there. So it is deep. So that is a little bit about the life purpose and how you can connect to it. So set an intention. Let's go onto a journey now and see what comes out of it. Don't be judgmental. Don't be hard on you. If it comes, it comes. If not, it will come through later in a maybe in a newsletter that you're reading, and it clicks in. Why can't I do that? Like, or through the dream, or through chatting with a friend, or a wisdom drops in as you're vacuuming, maybe even, like, so keep that open, because you're activating that part of you to connect into your own purpose. And purpose, again, it's not a big thing. Remember, it's not about like something to be extraordinary. It's being you and doing what you love about it. That's the most important thing. Sometimes these magazines, these Forbes magazine, these kind of put a pressure on us. Oh my God, these like prodigy children, like, at 14 they're running their business or they're world famous, or they just knew their purpose. Some are gifted, some are being here to pick their gifts right away. Some of us don't pick our gifts until we are 60 or 70 even. Like, I don't know if you heard about the story from Louise Hay. Now with the Hay House publishing company that most of us dream about getting the books published by her. So Louise Hay first published her book at 56, and at 60 she um, set up the Hay House Publishing, and she passed away when she was 92 a couple of years ago. And now, like, it sells, her books are like 85 million sold, and she has brought in so many healers, the new age mindset people into the mainstream as well. And back then, like, yeah, it's so different that you wouldn't even get any metaphysical books on the main shelves when you go to a bookstore in my 90s. And I didn't find any of those books when I was looking for. I had to go to a Christian bookshop to get some understanding about some prayers and everything. Like, I remember, like, there was no such thing as self-help books even. So yeah, I'm totally grateful for her. So as my book is published with her as well, like, it's amazing to be connected to such inspiring people. So our life purpose can trigger at any age as well, that we are completely in sync. And sometimes we have to go through particular journey to fully accept and come back to it as well, like, come back to accept what our purpose is. There was one of the guys I was doing the reading, and so his one of the questions is, what is the life purpose? And he's working on something like a day handyman or something. So he's not happy about it. But when I opened the records, all I could see was children. So many children. These are young teens, like, and I said, do you work with any children? No, I'm a handyman, so no children connection at all. But I see you being surrounded with the children, and this is something that you need to look around. Like, it's something about, like, his own past lifetime came in, where he wasn't guided, and he had a lot of struggles at the age of 13 to 17, and now he's back to inspire those children, give them the motivation, and keep them on the right track, because in his past lifetime there was nothing there, and he went onto the wrong track, and unfortunately didn't live up to his own thoughts, like, and now he's back to make that change. And I said, this is where it is coming from. So do keep a thought, like, you might be guided to do some courses, education, or something around it. And then afterwards, at the very end, he said, I'm doing a social diploma. I said, are you serious? Like, this is exactly what it is. And which part are you drawn to? Like, working with the drug addict children. There you go. Like, and that is exactly what he needed to hear and make those connections. He just was inspired to do it, but he didn't make a thought about that, what he's going to do with his diploma, or what is it, like, so you never know what comes out of it. Yeah. So keep an open mind. So relax yourselves, as long as you're not driving, as long as you're not going to be multitasking at this meditation. This is going to be great to let yourself go deep into. Thank you, Nicola. We'll see you again. So take a nice relaxing breath. Let's begin our journey to connect to our life purpose and setting that intention. And giving yourself the permissions to open up your own Akashic records, so you're able to see or get a little message or a glimpse about your past lifetime, or where is it coming from. Just going to play that music. So take a nice relaxing breath, closing your eyes, relaxing your body, relaxing your feet. Don't keep them crossed. Breath, taking a deep breath into your lower belly and breathing out. Breathing in breathing out. As you're breathing, you're relaxing your shoulders. We are relaxing our feet. Feel that calm flowing in through your body, letting your jaws relax, connecting into your heart space. Breathing in calm, peace, and harmony. And breathing out any tension, stress. Feel the muscles around your eyes relaxing, relaxing all the tension. Relax the muscles in your forehead. They grow smooth, soft, and relaxed. The muscles over your face are all relaxing, the scalp of your head. Imagine your neck muscles relaxing, having a gentle flow of peace. Flow of energy into your shoulders, into your palms, letting all the tensions flow away. Your shoulders are loose and relaxed. As you're breathing in, the muscles in your chest are relaxing and expanding. Breathing is becoming calmer and deeper. Relaxing the muscles in your belly, hip, your legs. Let your body become peace. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, breathe out red. Feel all your physical tensions flowing away. Your body is calm and relaxed. Draw another breath, and as you exhale, picture the color orange. All the tensions within your body flow away, leaving you completely at peace. Take a deep breath and exhale the color yellow. Your emotions grow placid, happy, and relaxed. Take a deep breath and exhale the color green. You are safe, at peace, and nothing can harm you. Taking another deep breath. Exhale the color blue. Feel your thoughts grow calm, like the surface of a placid lake. Inhale, and as you exhale, color the purple. Your higher self is in harmony with the rest of your being. You're peaceful, happy, and relaxed. Remember, the universe loves you. Taking a deep breath and breathe out color violet. Any remaining tensions or discomforts flow away from you. You are relaxed, calm, and happy. Draw a final deep breath, and as you exhale, picture a door in front of you. In the center of the door is carved the image of an open book. And there is a large brass doorknob where you can easily reach it. You stretch out the hand of your thought body and grasp the knob, turning it. You open the door and look into the passage beyond. Stepping forward in your thought body, you enter the passage and begin walking down in length. And as you walk down, eventually you come to very identical door in front of you. And as you open this door, you notice the room is filled with books, scrolls, multimedia. They're all sectionally arranged, so beautiful, so much of information. And right at the middle, there is a banner which says your name. All this information is related to your soul, that you have been here, and the future. As you walk in, you get excited seeing so many informations, so much details about you, like a child. With the intention about finding your life purpose and how to bring it in together with the current life. You are looking for the book, the scroll, or a cassette, or an album that would relate to it. And at one side, you do notice there is a table and a chair. You pick up the material from the cupboard shelf and go over and sit at the table to read, to study, to see the information. If you're watching a video, there is a projector. As you settle in with your medium, when you look around, you do notice there are light beings, masters, teachers, your loved ones. You may recognize some of them, and some could be totally new to you, but they're all there to help you to understand this information that you can benefit in right now. As you're looking into the medium, you may notice there could be pictures, symbols, or words, or you may see nothing. No matter what you see, study it, knowing you're absorbing information about who you once were. Not judging the information, but just observing it and study the information. The information will be delivered to you in the right way that you can understand and process it. Ask the masters and the guides Is this life purpose from the past? Have you done this before? Ask them to share a guidance. What is stopping you from living your life purpose? Do ask them to share a guidance. What are the next steps you need to take towards it? The information that you're hearing or seeing or sensing could be very subtle. Just check in how you're feeling with your heart, with your body, with all this information and the energy that you're surrounded by. Now, closing the book or the medium that you have chosen, returning it to its shelf. Do take a note of where this location is so you can come back to it again to study further, to understand it deeper if you need to. Remember, you have made an energetic connection between you and the library. You start walking towards the library door. And just having a real look into this beautiful area, knowing where the things are, and looking at your name, and thanking all your masters, guides, the spirit who have been here to guide you and assist you today. You close the door and come out knowing a sense of relief and knowing that you can always be back here. You walk out of the second door. Stepping past the door, you close it behind and gently settling back into your physical form. Now taking a deep breath and picture the color violet. Your consciousness is becoming aware of the world around you while remaining calm and at peace. Take another deep breath around you. The color violet turning into purple, and breathe in the peace and the calmness. Remember, you're in harmony with your higher self. And the universe loves you. Taking another deep breath. And breathing out blue. Feeling yourself returning to the everyday world while remaining calm and relaxed. Take a deep breath and exhale the color green. Feeling yourself returning to the everyday world while remaining calm and relaxed. Take a deep breath and picture the color yellow. Feel your emotions return to you. They're calm and happy. Taking a deep breath, picturing the color orange. You begin to become aware of your surroundings while remaining relaxed and at peace. And let this orange color turn to red. Taking a deep breath and exhaling red. Feel yourself return to the everyday world. Back into your room, back into your chair. Whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Take a moment to feel completely conscious and breathing in and breathing out. Slowly coming back and taking a little stretch, wiggling your toes, your fingers, your neck, and opening your eyes. And have some water if you have it handy. Welcome back. Akashic Records is a deep healing. We may feel a bit heavy, emotional, or if anyone has any physical issues, you may notice they are reduced, or you feel a bit more mobile or more deeply relaxed as well. I find this more deeper meditation than the breathing techniques or any other meditations that I practice. Akashic ones are totally different. It's just like with less effort, it switches off our active brain. Yeah, so quick as well that happens. Thank you, Manny. That was phenomenal. Great meditation. Loved it, Gina. Thank you. Did you see anything, Manny? Did you able to connect? Did anyone see any images, pictures of the library or colors? I'd love to hear what your experience is or anything that came up you want to share here. And sometimes it's okay not to share, but if you have any question, you can send me a message as well. So yeah, if you have any verification or you wanted to understand deeper, I'm happy to connect there. Ah, that's so beautiful. Got the sense of my purpose is to serve others, pouring out and being a vessel. Yeah. It's just like asking every day in the morning, how can I serve? And you get those ideas. That's it. It's such an unconditional thing, such pure as well, isn't it? Oh, okay. The messages are going so fast. I need to go back. Alice, yes, lots of colors, visuals, but didn't understand any of it. Was like a dream. Make a note of them. Make a note of in your journal or a piece of paper right now, so you don't forget them. But these messages of the colors will slowly make sense as well. Colors have a meaning related to our chakras, what we are ready to release, or it could also mean our auric colors that are being healed as well. So that will be interesting. Yeah. My book was blank. I asked the guide and they said it wasn't my time yet. When you do this meditation again, if it is showing as a blank, do ask them, how do I reveal and how does it make sense to me at this moment of time? Or they can show something that you're ready to hear as well. Sometimes what I have seen is when they show the blank paper, it's like you need a magical pen to see with the UV kind of a light. You know, the kids' books, sometimes they have these beautiful journals where you write with the kind of a pen, but only under a UV light, you can see what they have written, like a secret journal. That happens as well in the records. They do mess it. There is a lot of humor as well. It's not a serious place with the records as well. They are messing as we would love ourselves to be. I enjoyed it. I saw a huge library, very neatly stacked books. A message came that my sole purpose is to help others. Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful. A lot of deep purple. I did connect to plants and gardening. Yeah, that's great for it. Connected with loved ones, and it was a reminder that you already have all the tools and skills that you need to fulfill your purpose. It was beautiful. My meditation was sound, a bit choppy, so almost got distracted. Oh, try maybe one more time with the meditation file I have up there in my profile. Maybe that will help. But That's exactly like, most of it, we already have it, but we wouldn't have put it together. And yeah, we wouldn't understand or make sense. Like, it's amazing you got the same message. Which are being released from me as I exhaled. How do you relate the spirit guides or connect to them? When asking questions, I don't ever get answers, but just what my insights think I'm lacking, failing at. Are those my answers? No. Spirit guides, generally they are there to connect to them. Their voices are subtle. They show up when we ask them, hey, let me know who you are. Some of the spirit guides or the saints that I get in, because I didn't grow up in a Christian culture, I don't even know them. When they come up for me or for the clients, I do ask them, who are you? Can you please tell me a name? Or can you please make a distinguish of yourself? How even I check, like, so I then do check in the internet, or they will tell me a name. I'll double check then on the internet, and it's always the same, like, because these names I didn't grow up, I don't even relate to them yet, but I do relate to the energy and what they are saying as well. It's just like a cross check you can do. So the second part is you don't get, I'm lacking. Yeah, that part, like, when some message like that, I'm lacking, good enough, not good enough, or anything that is of a low vibration words are never from our records. They're our own ego mind, our own mind talking in. So you can really disconnect with it and say, hey, let me raise myself, align myself, and check in with your records, because records is a pure place. It's with loving energy, loving kind. It's like the words that you won't say to anyone, we shouldn't be even using for ourselves, but we always use those words for ourselves, like, but in the records it's the same thing. Like, they would never say to us anything out of anything that's not within the love diameter, like, so that's something that you need to watch out for. Yeah, definitely that. And when they are stressing about you don't deserve or you kind, that is something definitely not from the records. Thank you. It didn't feel like a bad thing. It was a peaceful. Okay, that's good, Gina. I received that I was a healer in past life, and this is my purpose now, but need to be stronger. Own health issues, continue to seek the modalities to heal and heal. Yeah, that is interesting one idea. Sometimes they push us into some eventful things in this lifetime. And once we are healing towards it, we find our purpose as well. And yeah, for us to be sick, or generally it's the relationship breakups or a big traumatic event or an accident, these are the wake-up calls that we find. For me, it was my arthritis after the childbirth that brought me into my whole purpose. Yeah. Until then, I was not hearing those messages, or I was not responding to it. They had to push me into a deep thing to understand deeper, such as I'm afraid of failing, I'm not confident, but I don't know the solution to those. Sometimes these could be some things from the past lifetimes that we feel we are not good enough so constantly, even though there could be no one telling us this in this lifetime. So you can go back, go into the records and ask them to clear those energies. Yeah. And then when you come out of it, you'll feel more of a clearance in your throat chakra, that you're able to speak or even trying to make an effort to previously better than that. Yeah. If there are books, scrolls, cassettes, albums, there would also be MP3s, flash drives, and other technology we don't have in 2021, right? Yes, of course, yeah. I've seen, they have shown me the movies in those kind of, like, the old reel kind of a system that in the theaters they put it in, like, yeah, it's amazing what kind. It's just like we need to, it goes well with each one of us, is they show informations in the way we can understand and make it fun as well. The colors were like thick, cool smoke that I exhaled. When asked about what's in my way, got the message to shed shame. You'll be lighter. Ah, that's great. And yes, it's a long journey. Yeah, afraid of failing. This is something that we have always been cautioned from our parents, from our society. How many times did we pat our back saying well done to ourselves? Never. I was never told I should do that. But that's the first things, the earlier on things that I taught my children to do it. Like, if you don't do for yourself, no one is going to come and do to ourselves. Like, it's like everyone is waiting for us to fail and blame it. Like, yeah, literally, rather than saying, hey, it's okay, you failed, let's go. We learn from it, we are getting stronger. But failures are our biggest lessons. Imagine, like, if not, how do we learn our lessons even, isn't it? So that's actually a gift that we should be seeing into. Sometimes your purpose is found in your suffering. You just have to be open to knowing what that suffering is presenting to you. Yeah, that is the thing. Recently I did a reading for a client whose husband passed away. Once I opened the records for her, I didn't know about her husband passing away. And when I opened the records, it said, like, your purpose is about serving to people who have, like, serving comes in different ways. Like, yeah, she's a healer and she needs to serve to the people who can't open up or speak, who have difficulty in speaking. And I asked her, did you have any connection with that? Did you any time serve, like, to your grandparents who couldn't do or anything? Like, yeah. And she said, no, I never did it, but recently I was doing that for my husband. He was not able to speak, and I had to understand by his body language what was he needing it the most, like, and that's it. And unfortunately, or he was preparing her for this wake up, for her purpose to be coming in plan. And after he left, she's still tender. She's only a month old into grieving, and she wants to be in her purpose now and allow that gift to come in. And yeah, suffering, that's again a new thing that comes out of it. But yeah, for some souls it has to be so deep as well. And then after the reading, after a couple of days, she said, like, she always knew she can hear, she can understand it. And actually saying that, like, some people are very gifted even with the animals. They can hear, they can communicate to the animals as well. That could be your service as well. Yeah, it's always mind-blowing how the information comes in, how each one of us have a story, and with those stories, how unique we are, how gifted we are. If only those scars are shown as more beautiful rather than, like, oh, you have a scar? Oh my God, this is horrible. Rather than how beautiful it is. Without them, you don't see the beauty. Like, somewhere I saw this a couple of months ago, there was this woman talking about her belly scars, the stretch marks. And she said, this is great. I'm not even thinking about how to get them out of it. This was a home to my beautiful children. Said that is how we should be, rather than by the modern world trying to hide it. Isn't that the truth? Like, yeah, it's a home for wonderful children, 2, 3, or 4. My granny had 9 children. Like, yeah, you should really appreciate that your body is able to hold it. Yeah, see the beauty in that. And this is it, when you start being kind to you, when you start being loving to yourself, you just raise your vibration and you feel everything is so connected, and you become so lighter, and it becomes so easier to live your purpose as well. And your purpose, when you're living, you don't feel the drain or dragged into different things, because you have made your mind already. You're not looking for validations. When we look for validations, we still challenge ourselves. When when I said I'm going to open up my business, having my full-time career as a project manager, I wanted to be in the service. I want to open up my business to serve to the corporate employees with the stress they carry on, because I knew what it was like. My husband supported me, but my family didn't support me, saying, like, you don't need all this, you don't need to do this. But I said, no, I really love this calling. I want to act on it. So I didn't fill them much when I knew that it's going to only destroy my jest, what I'm going to do. I used to say, like, I'm happy, like, I'm just doing my work, that's it. After a long time, after a couple of years, then I said, like, I'm transitioning to part-time job and then more into my career of my healing work. And slowly I made, but I was speaking more from my soul, from my heart, to the people who were encouraging me rather than who didn't understand me or allowing their fears to be placed on me. Now, it is their fear of me not being successful, because being successful is defined in the society as if you earn a good pay, if you have a decent house, some decent lifestyle. But for someone else it could be so different as well. You can be in like a very remote place of the grade, like, and growing your own vegetables, and that is your happiness. So each one of us have to find our own truth and hold that truth with our tribe. This is where I love the soul tribe. Like, here you guys are the soul tribe, where we don't judge each other. We understand from that deep soul level connections and support. That's the most important thing needed. And who are we to judge anyone? Like, we are not perfect, and there is no such thing as perfect in my world. We're all the learning. Every day is a new learning, and this is where we get stronger. I find every day, the more I learn, the more books I read. Oh my God, there is so many more books I need to read. Like, it's never ending. It's such an infinite ocean that we are in. Yeah. It takes time, so be patient with your suffering. In time, it will really. It might take 17 years after the loss, both my parents, siblings, still learning how to bring that purpose to full fruition. And but once you are vibrating on what is my purpose, I want to live my purpose, the more you're thinking about it, it gets closer to you. It does get closer to you. And you just feel it was all along with you. And think about it. You have gone through so much with your suffering, with your story. You are a wonderful listener. You're a wonderful person with a kind heart, because you know the value of what a heart connection is, what a soul connection to each other is, what is the to hold that loving thought for each other is. Because when we don't have something, we know the value even more deeply, right? And that is what uniqueness about the whole thing comes in. Now we are over the time, but this is great, like chatting with you guys on my favorite subject. I just love it. I'm so glad to see all these messages. You got something out of it. It's so wonderful, so wonderful. So thank you guys so much. And this is where I ask your support. If you enjoyed this, you can follow me and see what else is coming up. I have a few more talks lined up for next week, and I think starting on Tuesday. Yeah, you can follow me and attend those, or check my bio. There is a link tree with all the information about what I do. And some meditations are up there as well, like, yeah. And if you are guided, you can do some donation, which will help me to write my second book, which I'm working actively. So yeah, channeling and getting it to be published. So grateful for the first book to be published with Hay House and my kids angel cards, and now it's the second one. Yeah. So that is the purpose. Like, it's again, like, every day waking up and asking, am I living my life with purpose? Am I still in alignment? Is there anything else I need to do? What Nani mentioned there, like, it's your vessel. That's it. Anything can come in. You just need to be ready for it, allowing that to come in, and you being ready. And you know what? Sometimes I do say, if they give me so many ideas, now, universe, you give me the ideas, give me the courage to do them as well. Like, because the fear holds us back. Fear is the biggest thing that holds us back. But make your fear to be your friend and bring it along and ask yourself, what are you afraid of? Where is this fear coming in? Most of the times it's not our fear, it's the fear of everyone else that we feel it's not working out. Like, I said, like, it could be the parents, it could be the society, it could teachers, anyone. Like, it's their judgments, it's their thoughts, it's their opinions that put us down as well. Yeah. So think about it. Yeah, there is a lot to process there from today. So hopefully that gives you some wonderful informations. Thank you so much, Gina, for your donation. Thank you, Helen, for your donation. Much appreciated, guys. Yeah. So there is a lot that reveals. So do watch out your dreams, the thoughts, and how calm you are processing. If you get time, go for a nature walk and connect there and see any inspiring things to come up. And it's just that puzzle being closed. Do try the meditation one more time. I have two Heart Infinity and Akashic Realms connection, and see if furthermore comes up. Would love to see your kids' angel cards. Yeah. All right. Okay. Here. I think you can see. So it says, everyone loves me. I care for and love my family and friends. I'm good. Everyone has goodness. So me and my friend co-created them a couple of years ago, because at the time I had loads of decks, as you all can see, my kids' angel cards decks, or the angel card oracle decks, and my children didn't have many to look into. So we said, hey, let's create one. And my friend, she is a graphic designer, so I was channeling the message and she was drawing. So it was so wonderful. So the children have got more choices, and not only for the kids, or even for us. I do sometimes check in for the inner child that we have, like, to connect within ourselves. Yeah. The kids need those affirmations. The kids need more reminder of this, especially after last year, more into their mental health they need, because they are so beautiful already. And they're changing, and such a drastic changes that has happened, and now it's coming back, like, to align them. No, the kids' angel cards are self-published. They are on my website. Yeah, not with the Hay House. Thank you so much, Helen. Yeah, the cards are wonderful. I love them. Yeah, love those energies. They're simple yet thought-provoking, affirmative, connecting to the inner child within us. Great, thank you. So thank you so much, guys, and love your support there, and thank you for being there. And it's a wonderful group energy I felt. So take it easy, drink water, recharge your soul, and journal. As you're writing, you will find that answers there. That's it. And it could be something that you know, or something new ideas might even come up. Is that when we stop processing, sometimes there's just blooms up. Yeah. Thank you again for all your kind information sharing. Thank you so much. Yeah. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night, and have a fun-filled week as well. Take care, guys. Love to see you again next week. Take care. Blessings and namaste. Bye. Love you all.